understanding of Sannyasa Yoga, okay? The possibility, exploring our possibility. So I will not go through all the list. See, one of the things I want to mention very quickly, you understand that the slides that we are showing is very minimal because we are requesting everybody to be in the space of listening, because a lot of truth will be revealed when you listen. And that's how a lot of the sacred knowledge is transmitted, by listening to the Guru, to the sacred knowledge from the Guru. So in this session, the way how it's set up is also to allow you to activate the power of listening. So let's enter into the first part, which is invoking Sri Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita through the mantra. So I hand over to Sri Vedavyasa. Over to you.
Nityanandam, everyone. So let us start the Gita by invoking Lord Sri Krishna first. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramadhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. Next, we will invoke the sacred knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gatitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshini Bhagavatim Ashtadasa Dhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Om, I meditate upon you, Bhagavad Gita, the affectionate Divine Mother, showering the nectar of Advaita, non-duality, and destroying rebirth, incorporated into the midst of Mahabharata of 18 chapters by sage Vyasa, the author of the Puranas, and imparted to Arjuna by Bhagavan Sriman Narayana himself. Now we will go to the recap of what we have done last satsang. Please understand, last satsang we did Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So let me recap for everybody. What did Krishna say finally in the 4th chapter, which continues into the 5th chapter? Finally, Bhagavan says, with Shraddha, authenticity, you conquer your senses and direct your mind towards the truth. The state of fear can be born in you only when you are inauthentic. Only a man living authenticity is a liberated one, enriched with the ultimate knowledge. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Krishna says that there is also no happiness for those who always have self-doubts, who doubts the self, either in this world or the next. Please understand, self-doubt destroys you. And the one who has the self-doubt is never happy anywhere. First, understand what self-doubt is. When you convince others with your strong outer image, what you project to the others, and your inner image, what you feel as you, it starts questioning you. That is self-doubt, where root of unhappiness grows. When Arjuna finally gives up saying, I don't know, that is when Krishna reveals himself to Arjuna. So, seekers, Krishna says, and all these previous adhyayas, chapters, Bhagavan Sri Krishna talks with such clarity and authority that it would dissolve the doubts of anybody listening to him. Understand? Yet Arjuna has come back to the same point. It seems like Arjuna was playing a game so that the Gita could be delivered to the world. A person who was a great king would never have been so ignorant, isn't it? There is no other book that is so clear, so direct. And there is no other master like Krishna who is so straight in giving the truth and the experiential expression of that truth. So in this Adhyaya chapter, Sannyasa Yoga, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the master of all possibilities, enriches us on how to break away from our bondages and become multidimensional to realize and express our peak possibilities. Sannyasa Yoga. What is this Sannyasa Yoga? As I told you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna talks about possibilities. Please understand, constantly turning many impossibilities into possibilities. By playing that within human laws, rules, and regulations is the job of an incarnation. So, Bhagavan Krishna, who is the possibility of all incarnations, teaches us how to reach our true state. This is what the word samadhi means. Samadhi means to go back to our true nature. Sri Krishna constantly turns what Arjuna thinks as impossible into possible by making his peak possibilities to express through Arjuna within the laws of human realm, within the Kurukshetra war field. Understand? Arjuna is representing the whole humanity. Krishna himself does not use a single weapon throughout the Mahabharata war, but becomes the cause for Arjuna to live and express his own peak possibilities. It is through the multidimensional space awakened by Sri Krishna in the Pandavas that they stand victorious in the end. Understand? Throughout the Gita, Krishna talks about yoga. Each Adhyaya chapter refers to one type of yoga or another. Yoga is the same as samadhi. Yoga means uniting. It means uniting with our true nature. When we unite with our true self, we become multidimensional. We become the space of possibilities. We can be material and spiritual. There are no constraints, no limitations. We are free. Sanyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha samsasi ayachreya yetayorekam tanme bruhi sunischitam. Means, understand, after all the explanation given by Krishna, Arjuna continues to ask, "Oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce the work, and then again you recommended work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me clearly which one of the two is more beneficial?" He's asking, you asked me to renounce work. Again, you recommended work with devotion. So, which is more beneficial? Understand, we will never get an answer or solve a problem if we start thinking about which would be more beneficial. Here, Arjuna asks Krishna, which of the two, karma, action, or sannyasa, renunciation, is more beneficial? Keeping track of accounts is good in business, but not in life. The mind is in dilemma. Our mind will be alive as long as we are caught between any two extremes. The moment we come to any single conclusion, we will be liberated. Please listen. Life has no separate benefit. Life itself is a benefit. Bhagavan says, the renunciation of work, sannyasa, and work in devotion knowledge are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. This is very important, all of you. Renunciation of work, sannyasa, and work in devotion, karma yoga, are both good for liberation. But devotional service, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. So, karma and sannyasa. Karma and sannyasa, karma is normally out of greed and desires. Sannyasa is always invariably out of fear, bhaya. When you're not ready to take the risk, you renounce everything. The fear of getting hurt is the first reason for sannyasa. Sannyasa is a way of escapism, turning away from the responsibilities that life presents. Please understand, in the name of karma, in the name of renunciation, one covers the deep fears. This is not true sannyasa. Then we have people running after material wealth in the name of karma. Both categories of people are not going to achieve eternal bliss or consciousness. Understand? Covering the deep fears is not true sannyasa. Running after material wealth on the name of karma is not true karma. Both categories of people are not going to achieve eternal bliss or consciousness. In the entire world, only 3 types of human beings exist. One is surrender to greed, one is surrender to fear, and one who is surrendered to the supreme intelligence that is divine consciousness. Here, Sri Krishna explains that we are caught between fear and greed. Either we constantly surrender ourselves to fear or to greed. Very rare individuals surrender to intelligence, to divine consciousness. I will give you one Atma Pramana of Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya is also said to be a greatest incarnation of Lord Shiva. He has written a lot of beautiful scriptures and chants, which even today, same chants, same Annapurnashtam, same that, same this, many people have written, but nothing like Adi Shankaracharya. So understand, Apta Pramana of Adi Shankaracharya, he says, I am not the enjoyer. I am not the enjoyed. I am not the enjoying. He's saying, he's not enjoyer, enjoyed, enjoying. I am beyond all that. I am just the embodiment of Shiva. This is one of the beautiful, most beautiful messages from Shankara. I am not the doer. I am not the deed. I am not the doing, he says. I am just the witness beyond all these. So, let us understand more deeply about Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyasa is you living in the space of completion and constantly enriching everyone to be in the space of completion. That is sannyasa. Let all our feelings, let all our mental thoughts, let all our physical deeds be directed towards gratitude to the divine. Please understand the devotion above action. Yat Sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ai ekam sankhyam cha yogam chaya pasyati sapashyati. This means one who knows that the state reached through Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga are both one and the same, and that the state reached by Sankhya Yoga can also be achieved by Karma Yoga, sees both of them in the same level and sees things as they are.
Ma?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Can we chant this verse together, this sloka together?
Sure.
You go ahead, you start, and then you
Yat Sankhya Prapyate
Yet Sankyaye Pratyaye
Sthanam Tad Yogairapi
Sthanam Tat Yogai Apyapi
Gamyate Aikam Sankhyayam Cha
Gamyete Ekam
Aikam
Aikam
Sankhya
Sankyam Che
Yogam Cha Yah
Yogam Chaya
Pashyati Sapashyati.
Pashyati Shat Pashyati.
So, one who knows that the state reached through Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga are both one and the same. See, a person who knows about the state which is reached through Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga are both one and the same, and that the state reached by Sankhya Yoga can also be achieved by Karma Yoga, such person sees both of them in the same level and sees things as they are. So, just this small shift in your space can do wonders for you. Every moment will then be a celebration, isn't it?
Cool. I have a question from the seeker.
Yes.
So, Sri Vedavyasa, the state you just mentioned, reached through Sankhya Yoga or Karma Yoga, are both one and the same. So then Sankhya Yoga can also be achieved by Karma Yoga. Can you elaborate more, explain more for the seekers so that they can understand the different paths reaching to the same state?
Sure. Understand, this is actually a very beautiful verse. Not all of us are karma yogi or doers. And not all of us are sannyasis or monks. No sannyasi is a sannyasi for 24 hours. Understand? No sannyasi is a sannyasi for 24 hours. When he surrenders himself to the greed, he becomes a doer. That's what, ma. What is renunciation of work? Jadashaktika is asking. I'm answering. Both. Renunciation sannyasi, renunciation of work. See here, what Bhagavan is saying. Not all of us are karma yogis, means working. Not all of us are sannyasis who renounced.
Yes.
A sannyasi does not mean renouncing work, first of all. He should always be continuously enriching himself and enriching the whole world. So, when a sannyasi surrenders himself to the greed, he becomes a doer. No karma yogi is a doer for 24 hours. Understand? Because when a karma yogi surrenders to fear, he becomes a sannyasi. I'm not talking about true sannyas and true karma yoga. I'm talking about, as I told you, a person who escapes does not mean he's a true sannyasi. So, whenever we make an optimistic decision, we are a real karma yogi. Whenever we make a pessimistic decision, we are sannyasi. It is we who play the both roles. Here, both these can lead to the same goal if the inner space is pure and complete. So understand, whether it is karma yogi or sannyasi, the space should be pure and complete. Doing work with greed is not an answer. That doesn't mean he's karma yogi. Escaping with fear is also not sannyasa. So anything created out of greed will create more greed. Anything created out of fear will create more fear. Anything created out of incompletion will create more incompletion. So please understand, whenever we move our body while feeling a particular emotion, that emotion gets settled inside our system. That emotion will become part of us and get created again and again in our system. So drop greed and fear. Live with power and joy. See, understand, we are going through an emotion, whether anger or lust or something else. When we are going through a certain emotion, if we are moving our body while feeling it, that specific emotion gets settled inside our system. That is why we need to drop greed and fear so that we can live with power and joy. See, we need to control the mind. Control means I'm not talking about suppression. No. He who acts without attachment, giving up and surrendering to the eternal consciousness, he is never affected by sin. In the same way that the lotus leaf is not affected by water. I don't know how many of you saw the lotus leaf in the water.
Know what it is.
Sri Krishna says here, Sangam tyaktva karotiyah, means action without attachment is renunciation. Ma Jadashaktika, renouncing the work, that shouldn't be, means escaping from work and responsibilities. Here, Bhagavan is saying, action without attachment is renunciation. It is only this renunciation that leads to liberation. Whether you are in samsara, grihastha or a sannyasa, when renounce without attachment, when you perform an action, it will lead to liberation. That because it is true renunciation. If you see the lotus flower, it grows in a dirty pond. Its stalk is completely inside the dirty water. The flower is so beautifully above the water, and the dirt around it is hardly noticed. Similarly, when you are neck deep in the activities of the world, and yet unaffected by what goes on, when your core is undisturbed, understand that you have reached the goal of renunciation. That is why the whole essence of Gita is about detachment. Here, again, Sri Krishna talks about detachment. This is the whole essence of the Gita. This detachment is renunciation. Renunciation of attachment is true renunciation. You can give up all material possessions and move into a forest or an ashram. But if the mind still hankers for possessions, renunciation has not happened, isn't it?
Yes.
And one can still be in the material world, busy with wheeling and dealing, and yet be totally detached from the outcome. Like Sri Ramachandra Prabhu's wife Sita, Sita's father, Janaka, he was a true sannyasi. But he gave birth to so many daughters. He is running a kingdom. But he was an enlightened being and literally a sannyasi. Because he renounced the attachment towards the kingdom and everything, but performing action. So be complete and renounce your thoughts. Renunciation of the past and the future by bringing our mind to focus on the present space of completion is true renunciation. Understand?
Mm.
Don't struggle with conflicts and dilemmas and self-doubts of past and the future. Bring your mind to focus on the present space of completion. That will become true renunciation. Renunciation of the fantasies that we feel we need for self-satisfaction is yoga. Yoga is the state when our desires, expressed through sensual pleasures, dissolve. We unite with our true self in this state. In this state, there is no gap between the divine and us. So understand, whatever fantasies we feel as a need for self-satisfaction, renouncing that is yoga. Every atom is divine. Existence continuously showers bliss upon each of us. Only we are not open to receive it. Existence sees everyone as equal. It does not discriminate. Everyone is a part of the same existence. Similarly, masters see the whole world as one with their own selves. That is why only they can show compassion to anyone and everyone. The basic truth behind creating the space of completion is really to whom or to what we surrender is not important. What is important is the surrender itself. Having the wisdom or buddhi to understand that existence cares for us. Existence really cares for us. And surrendering to existence is the ultimate intelligence. Realizing that existence is not just a brute force or power, it is intelligent energy, is the key to a life of bliss. We need to steady our intelligence, go beyond opposites. O seekers, please understand, Sri Krishna explains the characteristics of the Supreme. He says that a person who is of steady intelligence, sthira buddhir asammudho, means One who does not get caught in the play of opposing emotions is truly not deluded, and he's established in the truth. He says, one who is of steady intelligence, one who does not get caught in the play of opposing emotions like pleasure and pain, happiness and misery, such a person is truly not deluded, and he is established in the truth, in the supreme Brahmavid, Brahmani Sthita. Means he is supreme himself. This is actually a sutra, a technique that Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives us. What is this technique? If we put our attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between the two, we actually go beyond both. Instead of trying to hold on to pleasure or running away from pain, just be with it. Just witness it. Using this technique, we can transcend this nature of the mind. So it's very clear. Neither we should put attention towards pleasure or pain. We shouldn't running away from pain, or we shouldn't be holding on to pleasure. Just go on witnessing it when it's happening. It's a beautiful technique. He says, nature of the mind itself will transcend with this technique. Please listen. Karma is nothing but unfulfilled desire that makes us repeat the same experience again and again and again. Simply because we do not have the intelligence to enter into that experience with complete awareness. Once we experience the situation with awareness and complete with it, we will not be the doer, the deed, or the doing. We will transcend all three. We will transcend karma itself, and we will become supreme. We will be supreme. Understand? Here, awareness is key. Everything which is happening inside us, just witness, be aware. Throughout, whether you're speaking to somebody, whether you're yelling at somebody, whether you feel a kind of compassion towards somebody, whether you feel a kind of jealousy towards somebody, or when you're comparing yourself to others, every moment of that when you're going through, just witness from inside. Bhagavan is saying the path of self-realization. He's talking about that. He's saying those whose sins have been destroyed, who have dispelled the dualities arising from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, and who are working for the welfare of other beings, such people attain the eternal liberation in the supreme Brahma Nirvana. Please understand. Sins should be destroyed. We should be dispelled of the dualities which are rising from our self-doubts. Our mind should be engaged in inner space. We should be working for the welfare of other beings. Only then we will attain the eternal liberation in the Supreme. The self-realized person is complete, powerful, active, and happy because he is completely in the present moment, living in real reality.
Oh, okay.
He is not living in perception. He is not living what he sees as facts. He is not living with his understanding. He is really living in the reality, in the present moment.
Great. So here's another question from the seekers, Sri Vedavyasa. So we have been speaking about karma, yoga, sannyasa, so on. So what's the purpose of this body-mind? And just to get self-realized, what exactly is this purpose that we are here with the body-mind?
Yes.
Please enrich us, enlighten us.
Yes. True. We have been speaking about karma, yoga, and sannyasa. So we need to know the purpose of this body and mind. See, understand the purpose of body and mind is only one thing. To achieve, to learn how to experience joy without body and mind. Listen carefully, deeply. If we can learn to have happiness and bliss without the body and mind, we have achieved the purpose of the body and mind. Over. The purpose of body and mind is to achieve, to learn how to experience joy without body and mind. If we can learn to have happiness and bliss without the body and mind, we achieve the purpose of this body and mind. The person who is able to live without the body and mind is called a Jivan Mukta, a person living enlightenment. Sri Krishna, see, I'll elaborate even more. You might be feeling, how can we have happiness and bliss without body and mind? So let me deeply go into it. See, here Bhagavan Sri Krishna refers to the state in which we are in the peak of activity, yet in the ultimate relaxation. That's what he means by without the body and mind. We are in the peak of activity, yet in the ultimate relaxation. That state, such a state is indeed possible. And it is the only state in which we can really be involved in what we are doing and completely satisfied, complete and blissful in what we are doing. See, understand, our body is in peak activity, but inside we are restless. Our mind is somewhere else. With all this, we actually are not really involved in what we are doing, isn't it? So when we are really not involved in what we are doing, the peak of our activity, naturally there's no complete satisfaction. And there is no bliss either. So, in the peak of our activity, we should be in the ultimate relaxation. Only then we'll be really involved in what we are doing. That is why you need to feel responsible. So, That is actually called sannyasa, feeling responsible. Taking responsibility for himself and the whole world, that is sannyas, renunciation. Please understand, whatever happens inside you and around you, you are the source. Whether you believe it or not, you are the source. You are the 5 faces of Paramashiva there. With this clarity, out of this context, if you take responsibility, every action, whether it is taking your children to the school or attending to your calls or your business meeting, everything will become a spiritual practice leading you to Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment. That is what real responsibility and sannyasa means. Sannyasa is not adorning an orange cloth. Taking responsibility for ourselves and the whole world, all the others who are living around us. That is the reason, again and again and again, Hinduism, our scriptures, our masters, all the incarnations insist outer guru, because outer guru is a necessity to awaken our inner guru. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, the one who, knowing me as the purpose of sacrifice and penance, as the Lord of all the worlds and the benefactor of all the living beings, such person achieves peace. Bhagavan always, Swamiji also always tells people, the outer guru, the master is needed only to awaken the inner guru. Once the inner guru, the consciousness is awakened, the outer guru needs to be dropped. Dropped means not leaving him, please understand. This part only people take very easily. Oh, dropping guru. No. Outer guru needs to be dropped means we won't drop our guru. It means we go beyond the form. So just like after burning the dead body, the very stick that is used to stoke the wood is dropped into the same fire, so also the outer guru will actually merge with you. It will be dropped. Understand? That's what here Bhagavan is meaning.
Great. So I think this chapter has been very, very insightful. And maybe at this moment we can take a pause to ask, the seekers in this room and in the Zoom room who are attending right now, to pose your questions. We'll take a few moments to pose some questions, whatever that has been spoken so far. If you have questions, you can post your question on the chat, and then we have Sri Vedavyasa answering your questions or your doubts, clarifying your doubts. Okay, so anyone, you can just type and then we will take the question. You can ask also in Mandarin, and then we have the translator. Anyone also from social media, they can ask, and we can direct it to Sri Vedavyasa. So, while they are posting the question, I just got this click, like when Swamiji said that he spoke that before, when the outer guru is needed to awaken the inner guru, once the inner guru is awakened, the outer guru needs to be dropped. So a lot of people took it literally, that the meaning of it. So when you mention about dropping his form and connecting to the source, because we're all one and the same, that in itself, it's like a click in me, to realize what he meant by dropping the outer guru. So that is, I mean, even though I don't have a question, but I just wanted to share what click I received. So you can also share your click if you don't have question. Not necessarily you have question if you're already fully internalized in the present moment. You can also share.
If you don't have questions, I would like to give you a small meditation. Now.
Yay. Since we have time, right?
Yes. Please sit straight and close your eyes.
Yes.
Everybody, no body movement. Please sit. Please switch on your cameras. We need to see you.
All the people in this room, please turn on the camera, because now it's going to be a process. A process means energy transfer. Please, let's open your camera. Otherwise, nothing gets transmitted. You're only listening. Turn on the camera so that you will be entering into a meditation, a process to awaken.
Please sit straight. Close your eyes. Let your head, neck, and backbone be in a straight line. Intensely pray to that ultimate energy, Parat Brahma Krishna, to give us the experience of this meditation. First, I'm starting. Visualize, I'm explaining the meditation. Visualize all your senses completely shut. Your eyes are completely closed. Don't allow any visualization to happen inside your being. You should close the eyes too, because we continue to see things from behind our eyelids, even though we shut our eyelids. That's the problem. So visualize that your eyeballs have become completely dark. You are seeing only darkness in front of you. Visualize your eyes are shut. Your ears are shut. You are going to close your eyes. You also visualize your ears are shut. Please understand, visualize your sense of touch is shut. Visualize your smelling capacity is shut. I'm guiding you the meditation. Please follow the instructions. Your smelling capacity is shut. Your smelling, your touch, your ears, everything is shut. Your eyes are shut. Now, visualize your face to be shut. Feel deeply inside you that all the five senses have been shut down. All five senses have been shut down. Inhale and exhale as slowly as possible. Slowly let your nostrils blow the air. Let the consciousness reside between the two eyebrows in a very relaxed way. Be aware of the space between your two eyebrows. Don't concentrate. Don't tense yourself. Just be very relaxed. Have a deeply relaxed awareness between your eyebrows. Let your Mooladhara chakra, which is located at the base of your spine, be relaxed. Let your Swadhisthana chakra, located just below the navel center, be relaxed. Let your Mooladhara chakra be relaxed. Now let your Swadhisthana chakra, which is located 2 inches below the navel center, be relaxed. Now let your whole consciousness come up to the Ajna chakra, which is between the eyebrows. Slowly, let your whole consciousness come up to the Ajna chakra, which is between the eyebrows. Now, concentrate on the space between the eyebrows for 4-5 minutes. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows for a few minutes. Don't forcibly breathe in or breathe out. Let it happen on its own. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. Now, visualize cool, soothing light in the Ajna chakra, space between the eyebrows. Visualize cool, soothing light between your eyebrows. Relax into that chakra. Forget all other parts of your body. Forget about the body, mind, and the world. Remember only the Ajna Chakra, the space between the two eyebrows. Forget all your body parts. Remember only the Ajna Chakra. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. Shut all your senses. Shut the body, mind, and the world out. No body movements. Visualize the cool, soothing light in the Ajna Chakra. Relax into the Ajna Chakra. Go deeply into the Ajna Chakra. Visualize a beautiful, cooling, soothing light in the Ajna Chakra. Blissful light in the Ajna Chakra. Don't tense yourself. Let your awareness be in the Ajna Chakra in a very relaxed way. Let your consciousness rest in the space between the two eyebrows. Relax in the same space of eternal consciousness. Let you be beyond the body and mind. Let our intelligence be awakened. Let you work from your eternal consciousness. Let you have the pleasant awareness of the Ajna Chakra. Let you experience that blissful light in the Ajna Chakra. Let you all have the grace of the divine consciousness. Let we all be established in the eternal consciousness. Let you all be in, with, and radiate eternal bliss, Nityananda. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Sadguru Padarpanamastu. Relax. Slowly, very slowly, you can open your eyes.
So looks like we do not have any question. I have not received any question. Then maybe we can just move on to the next slide.
Yeah. So try to remain in this mood at least for the next 10 days. So, blessings from Divine. Let you learn the science of how to connect yourself with the divine energy, how to be driven by the divine consciousness. Let we all live all our possibilities. Let we function through the eternal consciousness. In the Upanishad of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the scripture of yoga, dealing with Brahma Vidya Yoga Shastra, the science of Brahman, in the form of Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvada, dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. This is 5th chapter named Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of renunciation, ends today.
Thank you so much. So now I think we want to share some happening. Yes, as you know that Navaratri is coming. There are a lot of Navaratri sevas offered by Mahakailasa. Maybe Ma, you want to elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah. See, first thing, Navaratri is the 9 days where Devi, Mother Nature, Universal Parashakti is going to be in her peak energy. So anything positive we do or ask, it's immediately going to manifest. So we have a special Maheshwara Puja, which liberates all the ancestors, and the punya comes to us. Anybody, whether they died in accident or, God forbidden suicides, or, even if it's natural death, anything, they'll be liberated from all their karma baggage. So anybody interested in doing Maheshwara Puja on 14th October, please contact your respective Mahants.
Mm-hmm.
And next, as usual, Paramashivoham level 3 is going on. Swamiji is coming every day live. Literally, we are seeing Bhagavan Sri Krishna every day morning. Please do not miss that. I'm already sending the links to everybody. Mm-hmm. And next, from 15th onwards, the 10 days Navaratri, please understand, we have a lot of sevas, homas, pujas, and everyday pada pujas of Swamiji, and everyday pujas and sevas for Devi. Anybody suffering from black magic or illnesses, chronic diseases, terminal diseases, or court cases, or any attacks from your enemies, anything at all.
Yes.
You can choose any seva you want during these 9 days. Please understand, peak energy of Devi, and Swamiji is also going to be in Devi energy completely. Whatever you ask, please understand. So in the darshan, you can ask anything you want in the Zoom chat, and please perform definitely one seva which your sankalpa, your birth star and everything will be read out there in front of Swamiji, and your prayer form whatever you need or want, or whatever problems you want to solve, will be going literally directly to Swamiji. In his Devi consciousness, he is going to bless. So definitely don't miss this opportunity. So I
just shared the sevas available during Navaratri from the Mahakailasa on the group chat, so you can all take a look. So they are basically Praktiksha Pada Puja, Alankaram, Sri Vidya Puja. They are also Sodasi, Chandi, Homa, and many, many more. Durga Puja, and Tulabaram. So all these are all available with respective date and time, as well as the donation for each puja or seva. So you can take a look and let me know, or let your local Mahan know if you are interested in any of the seva offered. Okay. So I think we're now come to the end. Let's go to the next slide. Thank you all for your participation. Again, a reminder to everybody, have a breakthrough in the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and manifest abundance, life, enlightenment, Jiva Mukta. So you can talk to 11 people a day about this wonderful sacred knowledge from Bhagavad Gita and bring them to the next session. Try to enrich more people to this session. As you know that if you have the book, the physical book, please continue to read. And then if you're not, you can also download an e-copy from this link as shown on the slide. And also please be reminded that next week we will not have a session because we will be having Navaratri Puja. So I really look forward to all your participation and enriching more people to the next section on chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, on the 25th of October, right after the Navaratri. Okay, so right after Navaratri, we will resume our session. So I welcome all of you back on the 25th of October. Okay, so with that, any other questions? Otherwise, we will be concluding with the Purna Mantra. Okay, thumbs up if everybody. Please do share your experiences and all this. I just had such a wonderful, meditation guided by Sri Vedavyasa. It's really nice. I mean, I've actually guided this meditation some time ago when I did the meditations for you. But me sitting and doing it myself, it's really, really a luxury for me. So thank you for that. And please share your experience in the group because we don't have time to talk about your meditation experience right now. Time is really running out. So do share and what you get out of this session. And with that, let's conclude with the Purna Mantra. Thank you all for joining. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Saubham Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Bharga Paramastu. Om Nitya. Swamiji said that any posture you assume reflects that consciousness. So let's sit in the proper posture, asanas, to receive this sacred knowledge. So I'd like you to now close your eyes. Begin to feel this body awareness and also connect with your breath awareness by inhaling very slowly and deeply. Enter into a pause, a little gap, neutral zone. Exhale very slowly and completely. Then the second gap. And then continue breathing in this fashion so that you start to align the whole body and mind and space to the now, present moment. So take a few moments to center yourself with the body awareness and breath awareness. Come to the space of Sravana, listening, authentic listening, such that there's no thoughts from the past or any interference of ideas from the past. Just be in the pure listening space in restful awareness.